Hello guys, welcome back to this video. In this video I'm going to talk about how much of a difference hiring good team members will have for your business. And I've learned this the hard way, and I've also experienced it the good way. What a good and a bad team member does for your team. So if you don't know me, I'm Christian. I built my own company with my business partner Mikkel. We're just trying to help coaches never worry about appointment booking again, because we feel that coaches should be coaching, doing what they love, doing what they're actually signed up for, and then we can take care of the appointment booking side. So that's what we do. And yeah, enough about that. Let's talk a little bit about this. And when I started out, it was me and Mikkel doing all of this by ourselves, all the outreach, all the sales, blah blah blah, all of this by ourselves. And it was, it was the grind, it was the struggle, it was the hustle, right? It was tough, hard, but it was good. It was good. We did this for some months, and then say, oh, only for some months. Yeah, that's actually because we got too busy with delivering, so we hired someone to do outreach for us, and this saved us a lot of time because we spent each 8 hours each on outreach every single day, the both of us together. Now, what this meant, which is completely crazy, is that we saved 8 hours a day. That's 16 hours a day that we could put into our company elsewhere. So we hired a full team to do this for us. Full time, they would get done 12 hours, 4 hours each, half time, or hire them part time. And these guys, they're still with us today. Now, that was the first time we really employed goddamn great people. Firstly, they took a lot of time off our plates, meaning we have time to do other things. We set up another appointment booking system. We made a better sales process. We had time to do so much more, right? Put more time into service delivery, a lot more time to service delivery, because we're still learning there. But what happened when I had a team that was really, really strong? The thing is, everything got, easier, because outreach was just getting done by me, right? I didn't have to do it. I still did it. I still did some kind of outreach because it was essential. I don't do anymore because they're crazy enough to say there are actually more important stuff for me to do. I do a little bit, but not really as much as I should. I don't write a lot of emails anymore. I do other shit tasks. But what I'm trying to say is that I think these team members, what you're always worried about is when you do it yourself and switch it over to someone else, are they going to do it as well as you did? And the thing is, they never will in the start, because you've done that for done for months, hours and hours a day, every day of the week, and you got this rhythm and you know how to do it exactly. But then you just find out that, when you hire someone to do your exact same job, it tends to not go as good in the beginning. And when I hired someone from outreach, it actually went down a bit, which was annoying to see. It was really annoying to see, because now I was paying them to do well, because it was easier. It's not the hardest thing to do, but what I didn't realize is that they needed time to adjust. Today they're still running the same system and they're booking a lot more than I did. They're doing really well, actually. But it took months for them to get to that stage where they were booking consistent calls through the system that I was using. So, but after they did that, and learned it, and I've also put them out on full time. They've doubled it, so not half time anymore or part time. Now they're actually full time people doing this. Is that it's much, much, much better people, and you also find because they ask questions, someone who asks questions and not just follows and has objections, how do you do this? Why do you do this? It's usually also a lot better employee, because that knows he's trying to improve or she's trying to improve. So when you have someone who is, how did you do this? Why did you do it? Why doesn't this work? Instead of just, not doing it, maybe going through training it, but really asking us questions, other people that we know will perform great, because they're not afraid to know that they're wrong, to ask a question so that they can get better at it, because they know that if they ask that question, I'm going to be happy, and I am. I enforce that not enforce, I encourage that to all of my employees, ask questions. And you do get to see, uh, this is both a good and bad thing, you do get to see who is better and who is worse regarding that. Because some people don't like asking questions because then they're wrong, and that's hurtful. But you have to remember, like, when you're wrong and doing a mistake, that's actually a great opportunity to grow. And a lot of people are still afraid for that, getting knocked down and given that slam by the boss, right? Nobody wants that, which is understandable. I try to be nice, but sometimes people need to hear what they need to hear. So, and what I'm trying to say is that A players are really great for a team and can really boost the rest of the team. So these three guys are like isolated in the bubble doing their thing. Brought them on to like meet the rest. They know the rest of the team, but like these three guys just doing their thing, and they're good. They're really good at what they're doing because they've done it for so long and can spend so much time on it, which is awesome. So that basically means that they're getting, they're getting better. And I mean, I don't get as many questions from them lately, as I did in the past, because now they know more better than I do. I mean, there was one thing where our system basically died in the start of a month, and then we just had a meeting together, like, what are we gonna do? What's wrong? I think it was an hour meeting, just us brainstorming what is going wrong, what's going wrong with the system. And I was a little bit, I won't say I was mad, but I was a little bit frustrated at that point, because it was a lot of what we were getting in was that um, we're getting more now from other sources because we learned that lesson, right? But still, it was a little bit overwhelming because so much was getting in that we didn't really have any control over, and it just died. So that like half of my pipeline just cut in half, which was not fun, pushing a bit of a bad situation at some point. But what we did is that we got together, we fixed the problem, right? We got together, critically thought through, like, what is the problem, why is this causing it, why is it not working, and then go through all the variables, see which one of these is probably the most likely to solve the problem, or could solve the problem, or is causing the problem. So what we did is just took out one of these things at a time and then solved it so that we could move on to the next. And of course, when you're doing these things, there are three people doing three different tasks in this system. And this guy is 5 days ahead of this guy, and this guy is 5 days ahead of this guy. Meaning that if this guy changes something, this guy that actually sends out the outreaches, if this guy changes something, then it'll be 10 days before you can see the effect over here. And that's a really, really important thing to remember. And something that, it's annoying when you know that something isn't working, because then you got 10 more days not working. But it's very good because you're very secure. Oh, there's always backlog, and I do have someone as standby. If some of them, were sick or need a birthday or something like that, I have standbys that can actually, what's it called? I have standbys who can actually jump in and take care of that job, which is also very good. I didn't have this, and this is also, I learned from experience that you should have this, and there's a reason why I do, because I learned if you don't, yeah, you're fucking up. But essentially, what I'm trying to say with this is that when you're creating a team like this, man, you gotta prepare for the worst. There's a lot of bad things. Every human that you put into something is a variable. And the stronger the variable is, the stronger the outcome. Variables can be like boost, and they can drag things down. So if it's a good variable, a good team member, they will drag everything else up. But if it's bad, everything else will go down, right? That's why if you have one, in any team, right, if you have that one bad guy, it will kill the whole team. And it's just a ripple effect through everything else. That's why you want to have only A players, only good people, or B players you can also have. But you want people that are committed to actually making a change for the business. And that's another thing I want to talk about. When you employ people, I found this out. Actually, I got this taught. Grateful for that lesson. That was important to me. When I started the creative, it was me and Mikkel's company. It was our company. Like me and Mikkel's, right? Making money for us. What you have to understand is that they are putting their time and their lives into this company as well. It is that extreme. So right now it's not my company, it's not our company, it is the company, right? We're working for the company to grow this company, right? Because then they feel like they're a part of it. They're not just working to grow my wealth, even though they are, but that's not how they should see it. They should see it as them growing, something that they're a part of. Also gives them a lot more meaning in what they do. And it tends to actually work out a lot better when someone is working, or when they're working for something that they enjoy, or something that they actually also want to see results with. So yeah. And another thing that I want to talk about is that I've also hired friends into this. Um, I've hired some of my old friends into this who are not like entrepreneurs, a little bit of it. What you learn is that you do have to be a boss. And when you hire your friends, it's all cool and awesome. It's happy days sometimes. But when they're not performing, you cannot treat them differently, right? You cannot give them special treatment. You cannot give them all this because then it won't work. You need to lay down the hand. You need to really, because it's not a fun conversation that you're going to have with some of your employees, especially if they're close friends of yours. But you gotta be a strong leader. You gotta, because you know that you have to remember. I learned this. I got this quote right. It's better for them if you teach them what they're doing wrong so that they can fix it and fix their problems, right? Because usually a problem that they're making is a problem within them, not a problem with the thing that they're doing. It's usually just a problem in their mind, like their mindset, right? If you can fix that problem, you fix their mindset. So what you should just do is not skip the problem, fix their mindset, and they'll fix the problem. Much better, you get better employees and more committed employees. So fix the mindset, really, because as an entrepreneur, I spend a lot of time working on my own mindset and really expanding my knowledge and also my awareness of who I am, what I'm doing, blah 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 blah. But you also need to do this with your employees. If your employees are always behind, you want them to be at the same level as you, because as a business owner, you know a lot of shit. I mean, accounting, marketing, sales, delivery, client communication, support, blah, blah, blah. All of these different skills because you have to do all of them in the start to run your business. But what you don't, or what you have to remember is that, what's it called? What you have to remember is that people don't have all these skills. And what you can do when you get employees is that you get one employee who's really good at one thing, right? And you get another employee that's really good at that one thing. Another one that's really good at that one thing. And they're just really good. And what you don't want to do here is that these, or the opinions and ideas of these guys influence the way that you think. Because then your accountant may be, oh, this doesn't really make sense financially. But this guy here knows that we got to spend more because it's working really well. They don't see the whole system. This is a really, really, really important skill as any leader. You need to see the bigger picture. So when someone says something that's uniquely to them, you see why it's a problem or why it may not be a problem, right? Because let's take ads, for example. If your accountant sees that you're spending all your profits on ads and you're not gaining anything immediately, because there's maybe like 3-4 weeks delay on it, it won't make sense, right? And then the accountant, you can't see that those are coming from sales because they can't see the whole process. They can only see the in and the out of the spreadsheet that they're in. So don't take advice from someone like this because you have the bigger picture. You need to always, because don't get me wrong, your employees does have great ideas sometimes, but you need to see why is that idea, what is it changing, and what is right, what is wrong with this idea? How did they come up with this? Where does it stem from? And what can you change about? Not change, but does it actually change the thing, or is it integrated somewhere else that makes it like this? I mean, if you fuck this up, then it'll fuck everything else up, right? Butterfly effect. Change one little thing, change everything. Or systems thing, call whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. So you always need to be like on the edge when doing this. And another thing when you're hiring employees, you can look at your company like you're putting hours in. Me and Mikkel, we're working 8 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. Let's just do this math. 8 times 7 is 40, or that's 56, right? And each, so that's 112 hours every week being put into the company, meaning it's growing by this many hours. Right now we have 13 employees, all of which are, 2 of which are part-time and the rest is actually full-time, putting their hours into the company. So we're putting like over 1,000 hours in a week. Which is also now we can see the growth and we're also making more money, right? Than when we were down here only putting 100 hours in, or we're putting like this hours in. This also means that all the shitty tasks that are just repetitive, they're good. Don't get me wrong. As a business owner, you should do them. Only outsource something when you can do it yourself. Big thing, because otherwise it is just pain avoidance. But don't be like that. Oh, I have to do it myself. Oh, I need to do this myself, because otherwise, blah blah blah. You also need to outsource, because you have to realize, even though it's important for the business, there will be more important things that you can do, especially when you reach a higher state of business. You making decisions and choosing and implementing new stuff to get the company to grow and sustain is much better, because your employees can do this. What your employees do is just take one of your tasks away so you get more time and you can amplify that thing. That's why you get an employee. And it's really important to see this, because otherwise it won't really work. So yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna splatter for this video. Thanks for watching. If you're a coach or anyone like struggling with appointment booking, I would check out the link in the description. Just a sales funnel to get you on a call with me or one of my sales reps, probably one of my sales reps at this point. And yeah, I think that's it for me.